Hi, Melissa.
Good morning, Jess. I feel like it's been ages since we last spoke.
It has. This episode is going to be on fleek.
No doubt.
Off the hook.
Chain. Yep, that
off
too.
The chain. Mm-hmm.
It's off everything. Mm-hmm. It's on and off everything.
We are coming back from Thanksgiving vacation, although Melissa was on real vacation.
Yes, I spent last week in Florida with my family. We started the week.
Looked fun.
Yeah, well, don't people only post things that look fun?
Yes, but we had a private conversation and it looked fun.
Yeah, that's true. You mean the private conversation where you made fun of my feet?
Oh my God, they're the weirdest looking.
I do not. I've got good looking feet, and you made me so self-conscious that I cropped my feet out of that.
I never saw a person that had toe thumbs as their actual toes.
Okay, I have longer toes. What are they? FFTs, fingers for toes, but still they are manicured, pedicured perfectly, and
yeah, but your pinky toes are around your ankles. Though.
That's what upset me. That
it was so weird. You're like a sloth with the long.
Oh, I love sloths, and that is not true. Now I'm going to have to post it. Now I'm going to have to post.
You're
going to
have to because it's
on our Facebook page.
It's so weird.
You're out of control.
Me?
Yes.
Anyway. I have a lot of friends with straight, like, I actually do love making fun of other people's feet. Like, I had a friend in college who had, like, what I used to call a chicken nugget big toe.
Like just a box?
No, it was like a giant round circle, like almost on the end of a stick, and then the rest of her feet were normal, but she had chicken nugget toe. And then I have another friend I was making fun of. I don't even remember when this was, maybe last summer. It was my cousin Emily, if you're listening. Hi, Em. She is the cutest, most delicious person, but like then she had like sandals on and I was like, what the hell's going on down there? She was like, what? And I was like, your feet, holy crap, they look weird. I just do it to be funny. Although in your case, they're weird, Melissa.
They are not. I'm going to post them. I do not accept your opinion.
They're pretty weird.
So we spent the first half of the week in on the west coast of Florida where we have a place, and we had a great time just messing around. We did a little outlet shopping for no particular reason, but sales make us happy. Right. And the kids keep growing and needing more clothes, and I told them to stop. I know, it's the worst. So then we went to the West Coast to spend Thanksgiving with my parents and their friends at a country club. So anti-Thanksgiving.
Your parents wealthy? I didn't know that.
My parents are not wealthy. They are on a very fixed income, and they see us very, very rarely. And when they do, country club, it wasn't their country club. It was a country club that was serving Thanksgiving dinner. But for me, Thanksgiving was a Caesar salad with some poached salmon on top.
Ew, gross. What?
Yeah, it just wasn't like turkey stuffing. My sister-in-law is a vegetarian, and she's raising her daughters that way as well. Not my brother, but her daughters as well. So we call it for them the holiday of sides.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're vegan. You just have sides.
Tons of sides.
You have the potato
all
and the stuffing. Yeah.
All exactly sides. Right. So I wish my brother a happy day of sides. And actually my sister-in-law this year, she made matzo ball soup and latkes for him. And I said, she's not Jewish. I said, don't tell her it's the wrong holiday. Her gesture is so lovely that you should inform her that that's every holiday for us. And then you're a very lucky man. So he had a delicious Thanksgiving with no turkey. I too had a delicious Thanksgiving, no turkey. And then we flew home on Saturday, and we came home, picked up the dogs from boarding. And after 8 days of us not being with them and nobody loving on them, John, hold your breath, and nobody loving on them like we do, they had 8 days of eye boogies waiting for me, which to me was a contact sport. It was joy more than I could tell you. And they were so excited to see us, they almost didn't eat them. But then they sniffed them and said, oh, no, that's mine. That's mine. It was great. right there at the kennel. So I bring them home and I cooked dinner. Okay. I cooked dinner. It's a 4-letter word here. So
it's a 4-letter word here. Wait till you hear my story for the week.
I made stuffed shells, the spinach and ricotta. I thought it was delicious. Stuffed shells. And then Sunday morning, we are waking up to hit the ground running. And my father-in-law Oh, I'm sorry. My in-laws came here on Saturday.
Okay.
Because they just came back from like a 28-day cruise around the Middle East, really. Mm-hmm. They were in Petra. I mean, they were in Jordan. They were in Israel.
On purpose, even.
Yeah, and they said it was incredible. I mean, it was a great trip for them. So I cooked dinner for them so we could all be home and around the house. And in the morning, my mother-in-law came down. My father-in-law did not. He's not feeling well. And I said, oh, shit. Is this my cooking? Tell me right now, is this my cooking? I promise you if it is, I will never do it again. I promise you that
You're just looking for a reason to stop being in the kitchen.
Well, I said, if you're accusing me of trying to kill Grandpa, I will never, ever cook again. So Stuart goes upstairs and he's really not feeling well. And Stuart uses some other techniques to assess what's wrong with him, some doctorly techniques that a son should never
have to do to a father.
Never, ever, ever have to do to a father.
Oh, God. Thank God he's a doctor.
Thank God he's boy, are they getting their money's worth on that medical school tuition.
I have to tell you, thank God it's Stuart, too, because even most doctors would be like, no effing way.
Yeah, he's kind of a gem.
He really is.
So he does horrible things to his father and says, you know what, Dad, it's not that, which we could have avoided in the first place. I'm taking you to the hospital. Come with me. Right? I mean, he's the ambassador to our local hospital. Chief of emergency medicine walks in with his father. He got ridiculous, amazing care. All these tests. I'm out with our kids at a first birthday party and I get a text. My father has an aortic aneurysm and it's, under 5 centimeters. They watch and he was at 7 centimeters. And it's Dr. Brilliant's father. They bumped everybody out of the way and they brought him in for surgery last night at 5:00. And it wasn't even the issue. That wasn't even the pain source.
Well, what was it?
We don't necessarily know, but during surgery, do you know what an NG tube is? They put in a tube for breathing, cleaning out when you go to the dentist and they put that in your mouth?
Yeah, I ate that.
So
fluoride sucker?
The everything sucker. It makes you feel like you're in the desert. It is, right. Mm-hmm. So they pretty much vacuumed out stuff anyway, but while they were running tests to find out what problem A was, they found problem B, which is not associated with the reason he went there. So if Stuart did not take him to the hospital, he would have gone back to the Poconos with my mother-in-law, where there's no hospital for miles and miles and miles. And he could have bled. That could have bled, and it would have been horrible. So he was here. He had surgery last night. I told John I have 2 phones in the room with me right now. One is Stuart's in case there's
never not answer the phone
an update of any sort. But this morning he sounded good. He was giving the nurses a hard time, which is, a brilliant trait. And so my mother-in-law went home, I think, to close the Pocono house and come back here. I'm not sure what's happening.
Are they staying with you?
Well, yes. They stayed over Saturday night, and they were going to wake up, go back to they wanted to see the kids. They've been away for over a month, and then tomorrow they're supposed to leave for Florida. It's written in the Torah that you reach a certain age, every Jew reaches a certain age, and then you make the pilgrimage and you go and you live in Florida.
God's waiting room.
And it's God's waiting room. And that's what you do. It's in scripture. So that's where they were headed, but they cannot leave on tomorrow now. He can't go last night from ICU to my house today to Florida tomorrow. I don't think he should be flying with those 2 incision spots and whatever. And they go in through your groin where all the good stuff happens. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what I'm...
The groin is a fun area.
It's where all the good stuff happens. And surgeries. But yeah, so our family's my kids got to see their grandmother upset, which really threw them off. They because I've told you before, Stuart and his family, they shit rainbows. They shit rainbows. It's just, you're hitting the head with a rainbow. So for that not to be the case, or the go-to temperament of anyone on his side, really freaked my kids out. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law came last night. We were sitting in the waiting room eating chocolate bars, and because that's what I bring everywhere I go. And so that's where we are, and he's doing well.
Man.
And we are just waiting on further news of how well he's doing. So all good things, just that's what's new with me.
Oh my God, what a holiday. Maron.
You said you had a holiday?
I did have a holiday.
With family, I saw.
My sister came Wednesday through Sunday with her 3 children and husband.
And they stayed with you?
They stayed in, yes, my sister stayed in what's going to be my office, and her children slept in Isaac's room. We tried to get the 4 of them to sleep together, but the first night was a bit of a disaster because Isaac can't keep his mouth shut. So, like, Dana read them a story, she tucked everyone in, and then she laid down with Fiona, and I laid down with Isaac. And then Isaac's like, Mommy, and I was like, shh, your cousins are sleeping. And then he would go, don't say shush to me. That's not a good choice.
Oh,
yeah.
Here's some Benadryl, Isaac.
I know. So, and then of course the twins start giggling, and then Fiona starts giggling, and everyone's giggling, and I'm like, see what you did. So it was a bit of done. It was a bit of a disaster. So Isaac ended up sleeping with us while the twins while all the kids slept in there. So I kind of like, because it's cold here, I kind of planned the shit out of them being here. So like they came Wednesday, we immediately went to take them to see Coco. And then Thursday was Thanksgiving, so we cooked all day. The boys kept track of all the kids, and then we cooked, and then we ate, and then we cleaned up, and that was the whole to-do. And then Friday, we got up and took them to Oasis Family Fun Center, where they could run around and act like maniacs. And the whole time, Isaac has some postnasal drips. So he gets up, we eat breakfast, we go to the thing. He runs around like a maniac. He asks for a juice box. I give it to him. We sit down, wait for the pizza to come, and he throws up all over the table. And it's only the 11th time he's thrown up in public.
Honey.
He always does this to me. Always. So, anyway, so we get it all cleaned up, and he's covered in vomit. So I have to, so they go get him like a t-shirt at Oasis.
You know, this really just feeds my public kid space horror.
I know.
And why my kids got to play at home and not at Oasis.
Yeah. So anyway, well, they cleaned it up very nicely.
It's disgusting.
Gave him a shirt, and then gave me a bag for his clothes. And so he's like, I had to take him home right after lunch because he had no pants on. He was like, I want to play. And I was like, you don't have no pants. So, but he was hungry after that. After he threw up, he was like, what about my pizza? What about my French fries? What about my...
He still could be my kid.
I was like, okay, here you go. He was fine.
Jessica,
so I gave it to him.
Did you teach him that early about boot and rally?
No, but he just does it. No, he just does it. That's his thing. So anyway, he booted and rallied. Yeah. And then that night we went to Longwood Gardens and saw all the pretty Christmas lights.
Was it freezing?
It wasn't that bad. Okay. I mean, it was like probably 50. It wasn't that bad.
That's lovely. Okay.
Yeah, it was okay. And then Sunday they left. What was Saturday night? Saturday, Scott's cousins, we met Scott's cousins at the Delaware Children's Museum. And so that was like 4 more kids, all at the same age. But we only got there a half hour before it was about to close. Then we ate at Iron Hill. All the kids behaved. It was a miracle. And then we came home. I will say this about my sister, like, there's some California shit happening that, I had a hard time with. So, for example,
parenting California,
little bit. So like we're at Longwood Gardens. We've just walked around the outside Christmas lights, Christmas trees for like an hour and a half at least. We go inside. There's a little terrace cafe. We sit down. Let's go get them a snack. They're hungry. They're thirsty. I grab Isaac some milk, and I follow my brother-in-law around because I know, first of all, Fiona is allergic to peanuts, so I have to pick something that isn't going to, set her off. But then also, I don't want to get him something decadent if his kids aren't allowed to have it. So
hot chocolate. You're outside. You need hot chocolate.
Yeah, it would have never flown. So I follow him around. I see him pick up a bag of kettle corn. So I pick up a bag of kettle corn. I buy the kettle corn. I buy the milk. I come sit down. I pass out a few kernels of the kettle corn, and I pour Isaac milk, and he's happy. And some of the other kids, where's my kettle corn? And I was like, Daddy's coming with it in 2 minutes. Well, Daddy did come back with kettle corn.
Not for them.
And a cup of fruit and a small container of green beans.
My kids would be like,
Stir-fried.
What the fuck is this?
Stir-fried green beans, to which Clara replies, "Oh, no." So he
you're
says,
still a bummer.
He passes out the green beans, and he's like, nobody can have the kettle corn until they eat at least 2 or 3 of these green beans. And meanwhile, they already have it in front of them because I couldn't let Isaac eat it in front of them.
Right.
He was like, they just didn't have any vegetables today. And I was like, but we had meat sauce for dinner. Doesn't tomato sauce count as a vegetable? No. All right. I guess it doesn't.
Tomatoes are fruit, actually, so that ruins your thought
Melissa.
there. Sorry.
Nobody likes
just the facts. Just the facts.
So I couldn't believe that he brought the green beans, though. Like, I was just like, but we're in Longwood, and you brought them stir-fried green beans? Like, wow. But they ate it, and then they got their kettle corn, but it's like a whole to-do.
Does Scott get along with your brother-in-law?
Yeah, they like each other a lot. Yep.
Good.
Yeah, everybody gets along, which is cool. The Wednesday before they came, we were waiting for them to come. We were getting the house ready Wednesday morning. You're going to love this because it's almost identical to the first story you told on this podcast.
Uh-oh.
But it's almost worse. So we're sitting around getting rid of the house ready. It's 11 a.m.
Go ahead.
The doorbell rings. And what does Isaac say? Who, me? No. He goes, dinner time.
Oh, right, because it was delivered. Of course. Delivery.
Yes. Dinner time. And I was
my God. It's like Pavlov. Really?
I was like, oh, no. Oh, no. It's worse than her kids because it's delivery. We don't even leave the house.
You don't even need pants.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I got to start cooking more. I got all like, oh, no. I can't. At first thing I was like, and then I went, oh, I can't wait to tell Melissa.
I can't wait to tell Melissa I'm just as bad of a parent as she is.
I've been saving that for a week and a half. Anyway, I've been saving it for almost
dinner.
Yes, that's so bad.
Oh, I love it. He could be my kid.
Yeah, he is your kid.
He could be.
He totally is your kid. Anyway, so that was my holiday. It was nice. There was a lot of kids' activities.
You should do stuff with us because I promise you we will not get our kids deep fried green bean, anything green or bean.
Fried, but yeah.
It doesn't matter. There's green bean underneath.
I mean, it was just like, it's like How to Suck the Fun Out of Everything by a California dad.
Well, it wasn't at a meal. I'll make my kids eat something greenish at a meal, but for fun and you're out and you're... My first go-to is Mallory, we went to a hotel. We went to 2 hotels while we were away after we left the west coast of Florida to the east coast. Mm-hmm. The first one we're checking in at night. Stuart's parking the car and bringing in Ethan brought the bag up to the room. We're doing the rest of the check-in. She looks over and sees in the, what do they call it? The little pantry there. Mm-hmm. They have anything you might have forgotten and barbecued Lay's potato chips.
Whoa.
And she looks at me and says, Mama. And I said, yep. Well, who am I to say no? Sure, go get those. I mean, your brother-in-law would never have
right
like barbecue Lay's his kids.
No way.
But they're probably healthier and happier. Well, definitely not happier, but they're definitely healthier kids. It's fine.
They probably are.
That's fine. We came back to CrossFit, so we start CrossFit again today. We'll be okay.
I mean, it's not that I give my kid junk food and candy all the time, but that was just a nice opportunity to give them a peppermint mocha cake or like a frosted Christmas tree cookie, something special because it's Christmas, but no, green beans.
As someone who does not celebrate Christmas, yes, I will take advantage of all things cookie. This holiday season.
Yeah.
A big cookie the size of your head.
My mom used to do a huge Christmas cookie exchange. She's not Christian. So what? The cookies are delicious.
Is there butter involved? Then I'm in.
Yeah. Speaking of that, oh my God, our turkey was amazing. It was a butter ball that we buttered. And then my sister melted butter and shoved melted butter with herb under the skin of the butter ball that's been buttered. It was the best turkey I ever made.
I think I just wet my pants. Wow, that sounds amazing.
It was so good. It was delicious. Everything was delicious for the first time. I think my sister has good Thanksgiving juju for sure.
Butter.
I mean, and he's not even a killjoy. And I mean, I think Geminis just in general can be a little bit of like a fun-sucking group. And I'm married to one, so it's okay for me to say that.
I'm married to one too.
So do you agree with that statement?
No.
Like, here's classic Gemini. Classic Gemini is like, I want to run Dana out to Target. so that we can look at some of the Black Friday stuff, and because I bought something online that I wanted to pick up. And she goes, well, Kenny's been with the kids every morning, so maybe we could take everyone with us. I'm like, you want to take everyone with us to Target? 4 kids to Target? No, I don't want to do that. I'll just run by myself. And then Kenny's like making breakfast, and he's like, well, I mean, you know, it's not even just that you've run out, but also that she's slept in every morning. And I was like, okay, well, what if we just take the boys and you keep the girls, or we just take the girls and you keep the boys? Okay, I like that idea. I said, well, we'll have to take your car because I only have the 1 car seat. Well, she's not an insured driver because it's rental.
Nuh-uh.
So I'm like, okay, well, then which impossible situation would you like me to go forward with? Just tell me. Because, I mean, this is a total Scott thing. In fact, our first Valentine's Day, we got in a huge fight because he wouldn't tell me where we were going, but he wouldn't also tell me which kind of shoes I could wear.
What?
So, in other words, I was like, so I'm going to wear this with like knee-high boots. And he would go, well, I'm not sure that that's fancy enough. I said, okay, well, then I'll wear high heels. And then he said, well, but it's supposed to snow. And I was like, then just tell me where we're going and I'll dress appropriately. I can't.
Okay, well, we're again in a catch-22. I'm not putting on a shoe.
So I was like, how about if we just don't celebrate Valentine's Day because now I hate you? How about that?
Because I really just want to punch you in the face.
Well,
right now.
so I'm used to this type of scenario. So in these cases, it's just you have to make them decide. So I'm just like, okay, do we take 2 in an uninsured driver, or do we leave them and you be quiet?
Or we take your children unfastened in my car while my son rides safely.
No, I mean, obviously that's not going to happen. Or we don't take them and you don't complain.
What happened?
We took them and he didn't complain.
An uninsured driver on the rental?
No, we didn't take them. I'm sorry, we didn't take them.
Oh, okay.
We didn't take them and he didn't complain.
Perfect. That's what
that's
what you wanted in the first place.
Yeah.
I love it when I get my way.
Yes. But I mean, I love my brother. I don't want to say he sucks the fun out of everything because he doesn't. He's really fun. He's like he is like a really good, he's like a good pirate John. Do you know what I mean? Like he wrangles the kids up. He finds activities for them to do. He gives them fun quizzes and like about colors, and he's really fun. But sometimes, you know, it's just like the whole like
rule following.
Make good choices.
There was no vegetable at your last
right.
meal.
Well, make good choices now. Fuck off. You know.
Well, there are times that you can make not so great choices as long as they're not dangerous choices. You can have a hot chocolate after standing outside for 2 hours in the cold. Now's the time you burned off walking around everywhere. You can have some hot chocolate right now. There's a treat.
He even does it by accident. I'll give you an example. Yesterday, we couldn't figure out where to get breakfast from. So I'm like, why don't we go to McDonald's? And Dana will go, we can't go to McDonald's. Why? Kenny accidentally made them hate it. How do you accidentally make someone hate McDonald's? Well, he told them that McDonald's tricks people into thinking it's food, but really it's garbage, which worked well until they started telling people who were eating it in public.
You know you're eating garbage?
Yes!
Do you know
that's garbage from the trash can?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Annie's youngest, Wilson, did that. He saw somebody I think he saw somebody at the supermarket that had cigarettes on the conveyor belt, and he turned to Annie and said, they sell cancer here. I mean, for everybody to hear.
Oh, my God.
They're selling cancer. And he really pretty much told this person, you're buying cancer.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's from our mouths to their heads, out their mouths, with their own interpretation is a horrifying experience.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's so
I wouldn't let my kids eat McDonald's either. That shit's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's not okay. But if you said, let's go get an egg and cheese at the diner or sandwiches.
They have pancakes. They have Egg McMuffin. I realize that the burgers and fries are disgusting, but the breakfast should be... Really?
Yeah, I can't. Don't get me wrong. Stuart took the kids fishing while we were in Florida, and they got up really early. And he took them there, and he got them... Mallory, I think, got what she calls a hash brownie.
Ooh.
And I said, someday you're going to find out what a hash brownie is.
Actually is, yeah.
Yeah, but for now, yes, you had a hash brownie, and that's delightful. Yeah. And Ethan gets an egg sandwich, but they know they'll never go with me. That I don't approve of it, and it's something they can only do when they go fishing with their father 4 times a year in Florida.
Wow. Because you don't eat McDonald's.
Because, come on.
Do you eat any fast food?
Sure.
Which ones do you eat? What's your favorite?
I don't have I don't like fast food. I don't have a favorite.
Roy Rogers?
No. We don't even have that around here.
I know, but if you did.
No, I mean, I once went to...
In-N-Out Burger?
I would love an In-N-Out Burger. Yes, that I would eat in a heartbeat. We've only had that once, and it was delicious. It was so slow. It was the slowest food I've ever gotten.
Slowest line you'll ever sit in your car.
Exactly.
You may as well watch a movie in there while you're waiting for your food.
We went in, and still it was the longest it could. Yeah, it was horrible. It was, but the food was delicious. We were also starving. We just swallowed it. I don't even know that we'd chewed it.
Yeah,
but that was good. So I'll
In-N-Out Burger's good. I mean, California has certainly better fast food because they have In-N-Out Burger.
We eat Chipotle. Does that count?
No. Checkers.
No. Wait, Chipotle doesn't count? We don't have a Checkers around here.
If you can't drive through it, it doesn't count as fast food.
Oh. Okay.
So, Wendy's. Let me just name some, and then you tell me yes or no. Wendy's.
I don't eat Wendy's, but I would in a pinch. That's probably one of the only ones I would get for my kids because...
KFC.
No, fuck it. Do you want diarrhea? No. No.
Popeyes.
Fuck you. No.
Hold on.
Taco Bell. No.
Taco Bell.
No.
Arby's.
No.
Burger King.
No.
Okay, we already know McDonald's.
ChickFilA is another one. And
ChickFilA.
I find ChickFilA to be delightful, but this is the other objection I have. If you're a business owner and you have political opinions, keep your mouth fucking shut. You want everybody to
ruin ChickFilA for the rest of us.
The rest of us. You want everybody to patronize your store? Shut the fuck up, because you open your mouth and say that gays don't have a right to exist, that they're an abomination, that birth control, everything they've opened their mouth about has completely offended me, and I can't give them money.
What about Dairy Queen?
That doesn't have a drive-thru, does it?
Yes, and they have hamburgers and chicken.
I wouldn't eat food there, but yes, we definitely get Dairy Queen after any concert.
No, I'm asking about the food part, though.
Negative. Why? That's like a hot dog on a stick that's been spinning for 6 months. I've seen that hot dog there every time I've gotten a frost, whatever that was.
That was a vision. Hardee's?
I'm not even sure what that is. Oh, but I do know that their Super Bowl commercials are like naked women. No? Is that not them?
I don't think so, but that could be possible. What about A&W?
Root beer.
Yeah, the root beer restaurants with the hamburgers. They're kind of like...
I think that's in the Berkshires. I don't even think that's anywhere around us. We don't have that. They used
to have one at a Christiana Mall.
Oh, really?
In Delaware, yeah.
I used to work there. You don't need to tell me where it is.
You don't remember the A&W?
I don't.
Oh my
was
God,
it from when you were young? Because in
the
college,
food court.
Well, I worked there in college, and I got a discount at the food court, and Cinnabon and I were tight.
Wait, did you work at the deli?
I didn't,
deli?
Honey. I can't work in food service. They would fire me within seconds.
My bad.
Well,
I named all the ones I would eat at, probably,
and I wouldn't eat at any of them. And the only one I crave is ChickFilA, and I can't.
I don't even like ChickFilA then.
Then I see my friends who are gay who eat there because they can't help it. And I'm thinking, hey, damn you.
We do what we must.
I do what I can.
Interesting. Very interesting. I didn't know that you were like this about fast food. I learned something new about you every time we do this show.
And I don't cook. So you would think that I'm at the mercy pretty much of all of these places, but
no, but you're not.
But I'm not.
I wouldn't say I eat this even once a week, but I mean, I would eat it, but I don't eat it that much.
If we were out and we wanted something to eat, well, by us, we have we would go to a sandwich place. We would go to Capriati's, which is
I love Capriati,
one of our favorites. We would go to Primo Hoagies, which if they called them,
this is all the local hoagie. By the way, these are all the best places you can eat hoagies here.
Yeah, so we would get sandwiches. We would get even Chinese food specials, and Chinese food that could be made of anything.
They have a new place called Jersey Mike's, which is nice subs. I think it's a chain, but it's not fast food.
Which is that the one that just opened with the shakes and steaks, or?
No, that's terrible. Oh, that's the Freddy's. Oh, phooey, hack tooey pooey.
Ooh, Shake Shack. Shake Shack. I eat at the Shake Shack. That's fast food.
I think it's Freddy. I don't think I like it.
Oh, Freddy's was yucky.
Scott likes it. I do not.
Well, Scott also likes the Jimmy John's natural casing on the hot dogs where you bite into it and you feel like you cracked a tooth.
And it pops.
Yeah.
He likes when his hot
horrible.
dogs pop.
That's horrible.
It's horrifying.
It's gross.
I agree.
I think it's his youth. That's why he likes it. You tend
he
to...
He does have nostalgic food things.
He's got sepia.
Without question.
It's a sepia picture of Jimmy John's for him.
Hot dogs.
Yeah.
That's right.
My dad used to take me here. I'm taking my boy here.
I'm told that when Meryl was pregnant with him, all she would stomach is hot dogs. And so now he's like obsessed.
That makes
Which
sense.
probably would explain why Isaac likes Mexican food, because that's all I could take. It's Mexican food.
So Mexican fast food doesn't exist? There are places.
Taco Bell.
No.
That's the only one.
No. As we say in
That
my
I know
family.
of.
No.
Niente. No, that's the only one I know.
Nunca.
That's the only one I know.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
Gross.
So, you know how, like, I've been feeling all bummed out for, like, a month? And we've been talking about how I can barely drag ass out of bed.
Yeah. Oh, are you going to get those hormone pellets injected into you?
What am I, a rabbit?
You heard pellets. All right, go ahead. You have...
So
depressing.
so I was like, the anniversary of my daughter dying is coming up in a month or so. And, you know, as it was getting colder, I was like, well, I mean, I must be getting depressed because it's coming up and it's getting colder and maybe I'm just sad. And then every morning I would wake up and be like, oh my God, I can barely move. And I don't exactly feel sad, but I just logically assume that's what it is, even though I've never had any symptoms of clinical depression before ever in my life. But I thought, well, this is it. You know, I've gotten fat enough or old enough or sedentary enough where I'm clinically depressed. This is it. I better do something about it. Around the same time, by the way, I have a crown that has been recently filled that was getting some cold, hot sensitivity. But I'm like, well, you know what? I have a checkup in a month. I'll just wait it out. And so, you know, every day for a month, I'm more exhausted, more tired, and dragging ass, and apathetic, and, you know, lethargic, and can't seem to want to do anything. And I go to my psychiatrist and I tell her, and she was like, well, you know, maybe through the winter months it would help if we put you on a little bit of, you know, an antidepressant. And I'm like, oh, anything would help. Thank you. She gives me a small dose of like Wellbutrin. Then I go from her office to the dentist's office for my checkup, where he kind of like taps around on the crown, does the cleaning. And then he's like, looks down my throat, feels my lymph nodes and says, you have an infection under the crown. You have an infection and you've had it for a while. Your immunity is completely shot and you're fighting something off.
Like an abscess?
Yeah. Here's an antibiotic. You should feel better in about 4 days. And sure enough, I feel better.
I'm springing out of bed. A new lease on life.
I wouldn't say that. But isn't it funny how you can talk yourself
into
like
something?
I've never had depression before. I don't even have it now, but I'm like a logical conclusion type person. Another time, I think I told you about the time that I told, I was reading a definition of asexual.
Oh, yeah. This was a topic on our podcast.
Yeah, we talked about it on the show, right? Yeah. And so I talked myself into thinking I was asexual. Yeah, no, that was when I thought I was polyamorous. But similarly,
no, you did both. I have done both. You did this for Scott. You did it to upset your husband.
Well, the second time probably. The first time, it occurred to me that I wasn't turned on by sex scenes, which then made me Google not turned on by sex scenes, which then came up asexual. And then he was like, we have a problem because we're no longer sexually compatible. And I was like, but wait, I still want to have sex with you. And he was like, doesn't matter. If you don't care about sex, we're done here. And I was like, but wait.
Step
maybe
away.
I read it wrong. I was like, well, maybe I read same thing here. So I'm just like, oh, I must be clinically depressed. Now I'm Eeyore. I guess this is what it's like to be sad.
You know what? What you did was a math equation. You took your symptoms.
Just shows you how Aspergery I really am, though.
Well, Ethan did that. He found this little tiny thing behind his ear, and my son Googled lump behind your ear.
Oh, no.
But I get the logical, intellectual side of 1 + 1. This is what's wrong. This is how I feel. I can't get out of bed in the morning. Mm-hmm. And now my son thinks he has cancer. Like, yes. It's just, there are but it's everything Stuart at work goes through black and white. This is this is that. But there are definite shades of gray. You're looking for horses and maybe there's a zebra. Like there are definite.
It's just funny.
But what if you didn't have that appointment?
I know that could, it's always psychological for me. It's never physical. I wouldn't even remotely try to diagnose myself with something physical.
Well, you were already in pain and you didn't go see a doctor.
Right. But mentally and emotionally, I'm all set to assume that I'm a swinger or a non-gender binary, right? Or clinically depressed, even though I don't generally have a lot of, I mean, I know I'm more Aspergerish than normal, even though I don't have Aspergers. Like on the scale or the radius, I definitely lean to the other side.
But it's funny that you find yourself wildly qualified to diagnose psychiatric medicine, but not.
Well, I do have a communications major.
I am a journalist, so I figured.
I mean,
here's what
actually, communications is not far off from psychology. We just study what makes people buy things, but it's still the study of human behavior. It's just skewed towards marketing.
Yeah, but you wouldn't touch physical. You wouldn't touch any physical ailment. You would go see the proper.
Way. Okay. Yes, I know it's really stupid.
Well,
saying it like that makes it stupider.
Because that's a word.
More stupid.
Dumber. Let's stick with dumber.
Dumber.
My brother.
Speaking of dumber,
yeah,
you have on here the list of talking about your dogs' names.
That's not dumber.
No, but all the names that I know that you've named your kids imply that your dogs are not brilliant.
Well, Shirley is brilliant.
Shirley is brilliant.
Yeah, Shirley is brilliant.
You're
so
right.
in our day, we've had 5 dogs. Our first one with the last name of Brilliant was Izzy Brilliant. And I love the name Isabel.
That was my favorite.
Yeah, I love the name Isabel for a little girl, but you can't name a little girl Izzy Brilliant.
Yeah.
Because it's mean. And then we had Miso, like the soup, Miso Brilliant.
Like, oh, Miso honey.
But Miso Brilliant, correct.
Oh, Miso Brilliant.
Yeah, that's a drop. So after Miso came Wilby.
Wilby Brilliant.
Yeah.
I like that one too. That was a nice doggy, Wilby, as from what I recall.
No, Wilby's fucking crazy. He's the one who attacks the other one. He's still here. Wilby's still here. And he's the oldest. He's 12. John's tried to put him down several times in our podcast. P.S. I did see on Facebook, John, there's a puppy in his family, so we'll get there in a second.
He's a grandpuppy, though, he said. It's not his.
Right. So John's right. John's not right. So there's Wilby Brilliant. Then there's Fairly Brilliant.
Ah, yes. Fairly Brilliant.
And he's not. He's just not.
Do you have a list somewhere?
I have a couple. I have a couple on deck, but we are always open to suggestions.
So should we run like a podcast contest?
That would be amazing. Let me tell you what I already have on deck so we don't give anybody credit for them. So, and Shirley's our last one. But another little girl that joins our family, cat, dog, whatever, can be normally
brilliant. Okay. That's clever.
It's adorable. Normally brilliant. And Mighty was another one that we liked.
Mighty Brilliant is great.
Right? For maybe a smaller dog, because that's hilarious to name a small dog Mighty.
I guess you wouldn't want to have Sorta.
Sorta's marginalizing their intelligence before they get started, but it's an option. We thought about hashtag
brilliant.
Isn't that cute?
Very.
But is that a name? Like, I know a lot of things go.
Is Fairly a name? No.
Oh, but it is now because he's ours.
Well, so then why can't Very be a name? It's like Gary, but with a V.
Very.
Whatever. You hate it. It's fine. I'm not good at this game anyway.
I'm not playing. I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we have a name that you can't name children anything crazy, so you have to stay pretty generic with your kids. My girlfriend's last name is Kitchen, and she really liked the name Peyton, but she couldn't put Peyton Kitchen, or she liked the name Eden, and she couldn't do
Eden Kitchen.
Eden Kitchen, or like you're painting the kitchen.
What's wrong with that?
Eden Kitchen?
I think it's clever.
It's an Eden Kitchen. No, you can't. That was ridiculous. But she did well with naming her kids too. But there are just some things you can't do. So we do it to our pets. We We do that. So if anybody, dear listeners, if anybody has, dear soul listener, if you have any ideas for our next canine, feline, equine, I don't know, whatever, let us know. Put it on Facebook. Put it anywhere you can reach us.
Reservationspodcast@gmail.com.
There, that's where you should send it.
Place to put it.
Because I'm open.
Yeah. So let's do some quizzes. I have 2 for today.
I like me some quizzes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is a Thanksgiving food question, just for prefs.
Salmon and Caesar salad.
Caesar salad
That's
is
what
not going to be one of the questions, but thank you anyway. John, I want you to play too. Are you there?
I'm here.
Testing.
All right.
Testing.
Gelman, you're up.
Testing.
Okay. Turkey or ham?
Turkey.
Ham.
Oh, interesting.
The Jew in me wouldn't let me say ham. If you said bacon
Would you
or
prefer
turkey.
ham?
No, I don't. I've never really eaten ham.
Scott would prefer ham. He hates turkey. 73%.
Yeah, turkey's too dry.
Only 70. First of all, my turkey was ridiculous.
Butter. Did you not hear butter?
Butter.
Apparently, whoever cooks my turkey hasn't heard of butter.
Well, fuck them. Was it your ex-wife?
Family of their.
Yeah.
They're still cooking for you, huh?
Unbelievable. 27% said ham, so I thought that was interesting. 73 said turkey. Mac and cheese or stuffing?
Stuffing.
Ooh. Stuffing.
Well, that's a split. 54% mac and cheese, 46% stuffing.
But mac and cheese for us is all year round.
I know.
It's
stuffing
too
you
common.
really do what?
Stuffing's
I agree.
a real good treat. A real good.
Totally agree. Mashed potatoes or sweet potato casserole? If you get the sweet potatoes at Wegmans, I'm going with sweet potatoes.
I think it depends on who
Otherwise-
makes it or how it's made.
Yeah.
I'm mashed potatoes.
81% is mashed potatoes. Like, if you had to only choose one for Thanksgiving, it would have to be mashed.
Right.
I would give up the sweets, but they are delicious.
Are we talking with the marshmallows on top and maybe a little cinnamon sugar in there for?
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Yep. Cranberry or gravy?
Gravy. I hate cranberry.
I mean, again, when I grew up, it was cranberry sauce out of a jar in the shape of the can
Disgusting.
that you sliced. So it's definitely gravy.
Gravy. I can't have turkey without gravy. That's unheard of. Green bean casserole or Brussels sprouts?
Shut up.
Brussels sprouts.
Green bean
Bean casserole all the
Brussels
way.
sprouts? What?
I like Brussels sprouts.
Oh, more
Here
than
it
green bean
does, too.
casserole? Oh, my God.
You mean like with the jerky onions on top and the cream of?
Yes!
Yeah, you can't replace that.
Hell yeah.
Not with your
Okay.
trendy, healthy. No.
20 years
Crushed
ago,
them.
I would have said green bean casserole, but it's so everybody does that now. It's like it's almost a
It's too
staple.
cliche? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I like
Thanksgiving is.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving isn't Caesar salad and salmon. It's
No.
turkey and stuffing and
Green bean freaking casserole.
yeah.
Well, what we do with them is we get fresh Brussels sprouts. Is we half them, then we put some olive oil on them, salt, pepper, and we roast them.
Oh, you roast them.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I've had them. They're fine. They do caramelize a little and be slightly tasty, but they ain't no green bean casserole.
That's for sure.
There ain't no green bean casserole.
That's for sure. It sounds like you're sitting in a little
Ain't
chair.
no green bean casserole. Okay, croissant rolls or dinner rolls? I guess crescent rolls or dinner rolls.
Dinner rolls.
I think I'm with you. Dinner rolls.
Again, crescent rolls I just made the other night before he left with hot dogs that I rolled in there, and that's not
really a Thanksgiving thing.
that's
to me.
gross. So yeah, a biscuit of sort, right? Is that what you're talking about? A dinner roll?
No, not a
Yeah.
biscuit. There's a
Not
difference
biscuits.
between a biscuit and a dinner roll.
Rolls.
Dinner roll is
Oh, the
like
one where you squeeze it and you hear the crunch of the outside crust of the bread?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Every day, those. I don't care what holiday, those.
Yes. Creamed corn or butternut squash. Who eats either one of these at Thanksgiving? I don't eat either
know.
one of these.
I'm going cream corn.
I don't have to
I haven't even seen cream corn since I was 7.
Well, 61% of people said dinner rolls and 53% said cream corn. So that's a split right there.
When's the last time you ate cream corn?
Never. The 10th of never.
I love that month. That's my favorite month.
You know, the 12th of never is my... No, I'm just kidding.
My anniversary.
Anniversary?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, my anniversary. Yeah, my birthday. Green beans or carrots, and this is not green bean casserole. It's
Green bean
roasted.
amandine.
Yeah,
Okay. Those.
yeah, I'll go with that.
that's a 61% agree.
I don't like the carrots.
Apple pie or pumpkin pie.
Apple pie.
Apple pie.
Well, 53% agree with you. I went with pumpkin, 47%. Because again, apple pie can happen anytime.
If I had my choice
happen.
between pumpkin and sweet potato pie, I would take sweet potato pie.
Interesting. What about pecan?
Feh.
Too sweet?
Yeah, it's...
You guys have been together too long that he just said feh.
I know.
They've been working together too long.
You're right. He just said fat. That's awesome. Okay, this is the last question. Spiked apple cider or mulled wine?
Apple cider. Wine always tastes like it's been through somebody already.
I agree.
That's disgusting. And I don't want either.
I would say spiked apple cider too. I hate wine. It's so gross. I agree with you about that.
So while we were gone in Florida, we went to Perkins because my son saw on the table when we were having breakfast that at night they had, after 9 p.m., they had all-you-can-eat pancakes. And I don't know why that's so appealing, but it is. And half-price pie slices. So the four of us went to Perkins. I did a Facebook Live.
I watched.
We ate, did you?
Yes.
As we ate a stack of pancakes, and Mallory wanted to order apple pie, and Stuart said, "That's fine, but here, look, there's caramel apple pie. Can we get that instead?" And she said, "No, I'm craving apple pie. So if you could choose apple pie or caramel apple pie."
Caramel apple pie.
Caramel.
It's half price. Why wouldn't you just get both?
It was $1.50 for a slice of pie.
Whoa.
I mean,
Well-
old people live there. It's what they have to do to sell shit in mass. So they drop prices. It was $5-6 for unlimited pancakes. I would have paid more. I would have paid more for it. Fool! Oh my God! It was.
Hey, fool.
Yeah, hey fool. It was delicious. It was way too late at night to be eating all those pancakes and pie, but we had poke cake. Have you ever had poke cake?
Yes, I have. That's delicious.
Yeah.
I've had dulce de leche poke cake.
Poke cake. I just like saying it. Poke cake.
Yeah, poke cake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Melissa
liked
was food shaming the whole family during the Facebook video.
it. Was I?
Yes.
But I'm the one who took them there. So I was
Just so you could food shame them.
No, I ate. You saw me eating. And then Mallory ends. Okay, here's a question. You do this, 4 or 5 minute Facebook Live thing. And then your kid takes the camera, right? So you can eat. And I'm going in to eat Ethan's pancakes. And then she does a close up on a fat roll on your neck.
Yeah.
Now that's brilliant.
Do you still post it?
Absolutely.
Or do you not post
Why
it?
not?
Why
You
not?
gotta get
Because
over that
people
stuff.
only post things that make them look good.
Have you seen my Facebook feed?
And I posted it. I said, well, look, this is what it is. That's the extra roll she found when zooming in to see if Mommy was enjoying her pancakes. She's just looking at where it's going. So that's good.
Right. That's right.
She's just seeing the future. I dig it. So yes, I posted it anyway. But I only post things now that don't make me look good so that people realize I'm more
You're a troll.
authentic than anyone else out there.
Oh, please. That's not how you do it. You should be posting just whatever, good and bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm posting everything. The extra fat rolls, the all-you-can-eat pancakes, shoving my son out of the booth so I could get to the last 2 pancakes. Yeah, all that stuff. It's
The
up
good,
there.
the bad, and the ugly.
The good, the bad, and the fat rolls.
Yeah.
Look, it's there. It's real, and it's up there. Now I'm going to go take it down because I just
right.
announced it. Let me go get rid of that. Did you ever do a Facebook Live?
I would like to, but no, I have not yet.
It's weird who you've commented before. It's weird that who posts or puts a like on one of your pictures. It's somebody I haven't spoken to in 25 years pops up. What? Who hasn't liked anything, who hasn't said a word, who hasn't really posted on Facebook at all. It's really weird, the people that I don't want this to come out wrong, but the people that you touch, or I don't know, it surprised me at who saw it. I didn't even know that you saw it, John.
Yeah, no, I see what I'm saying is the internet there's 2 different people and they mash together perfectly on the internet. There are the exhibitionists and the lurkers. And the exhibitionists are, when you Facebook Live your dessert, and the lurkers are sitting there and they're watching, but they don't tell you they're watching. So you have no idea, how many you've really reached.
Yes, some of these things tell you, though. I mean, maybe not while you're going through it, but I had like 68 views. What? Are you kidding? Who are those people? And I only really saw the people that commented, but that's, all right, I'll take it down. It creeped me out a little, and then I was surprised and happy a little, but I don't know that I put myself in the exhibitionist as that was our first thing, and my kids made me do it. They made me.
See, that's what I'm saying. Why take it down? I mean,
no, I won't.
here's
I'll
the
leave
thing.
it there.
The best thing about that is in 7 or 8 years, that'll pop up. And you'll be like, oh, my God, look at Mallory. And, oh, look at this. And, wow, look at that roll on my neck.
Do you remember when I only had one roll on my neck?
That's right.
And now I have 7.
Memory.
Yeah, look how thin I was back then.
Yeah.
At the corners of my mind.
Then they closed CrossFit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Then no, not for me, for them. And they're going today. They woke up this morning. Grandpa's okay. Fuck. We have CrossFit. I'm like, you know what? You haven't been in a week and a half.
CrossFit is hard work, man.
It is.
It is hard.
Mallory likes wearing the T-shirt that says CrossFit, though. She likes that feeling. So you get a lot of
you gotta give it
for
to
wearing
get
it. Yeah, exactly.
You gotta keep.
They work hard. You have another quiz?
I do have one more, and it is called "Is this food or something we made up?"
Oh.
Okay. Is this a real food or something we made up? Are you guys ready?
I don't think I'm going to be very good at this, but go ahead.
I'm not good at it. I suck at this one, which is why I chose it, because I thought, I wonder if she's better at this than me. Pasta Alfredo sushi exists or no?
Oh my God, it's so dumb. I'm going to say no.
I say no.
Correct.
That would be so dumb.
It is. It doesn't exist, but it does sound intriguing. They say, okay, sashimi empanada.
That I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say no.
John's right, because sashimi has to be eaten raw.
Uncooked,
You can't fry
right.
it. Yeah. Okay, ready? Ramen tacos.
Why not?
I'm going to say yes.
Ramen tacos do exist.
They do
instead of the taco shell, it's a ramen noodle shell. It's horrible.
How do you eat that with your hands?
Unicorn pizza with cotton candy.
That's a no.
That's disgusting. I'm picturing that unicorn pooping out soft serve ice cream. Is that a commercial that I'm picturing?
Yes.
Yes, it is real. It is a rainbow cookie crust, icing, sprinkles, and cotton candy.
Okay, so it's not really pizza. It's faux pizza. It's dessert pizza.
It's still pizza.
Okay.
Unicorn pizza.
The pizza.
Cheeto flavored popcorn.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And who wouldn't want that?
Absolutely.
Tea with cheese.
I don't understand that.
No.
Tea?
Cheese tea exists. The recipe comes from China. It's becoming popular in the West. You add a special kind of handmade cream cheese to tea to blend the taste.
No, thank you. And I'll put cream cheese on anything.
I know, but it's like
no, thank
liquid
you.
cream
That's
cheese.
gross.
So disgusting. Yeah.
I mean, anything. In college, where we went to school, pizza, a bagel and cream cheese. Didn't want the bagel, put the cream cheese on the pizza. I will put cream cheese on anything.
Mm-hmm. Churro macarons.
Yes.
Yes.
They're both pastry-ish.
Yes.
Yeesh.
Paella gyoza. Super exist or super fake?
I don't know what gyoza is.
Gyoza is like dumplings, I think.
I'll go yes. Melissa has to make a choice because she sits there and waits till the answer.
I know.
I caught on to you because I'm keeping score.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Of course he is.
You know why he's keeping score? Because he got like the first 5 right.
Exactly.
So he said,
Yeah.
I'm undefeated, so
Let me keep going.
Let's see who I can belittle by me being undefeated. Oh, wait, Melissa, she hasn't answered.
So what's your choice on this one? Yes or no?
What?
Paella. It's like paella dumplings.
Sure.
They do not exist.
Oh, that's a shame
Aw.
because that sounds good.
Rainbow bananas.
How would you do that?
I don't know.
It's in nature, you're asking? Sure. Yes, they exist.
I say no.
No.
Damn it.
They have not genetically modified bananas to make them a rainbow.
That's a missed opportunity right there.
I agree. Sorbet served in a lemon. Why not?
Why not? Of course.
I would say yes.
Claro.
I've actually seen that. They do that. They make them frozen.
Yes, my kids have had those. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Claro, Casey.
Yeah. Oreo crusted salmon.
That's fucking disgusting.
I say
no.
Yes.
I think it might be real too. No, it doesn't exist for now. And
Yet.
hopefully it never will.
Yet. It's fucking disgusting.
A rose bouquet made of bacon.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, it does. Baconboxes.com, I believe.
Back off, John. I answered.
Waffle cones filled with chicken mac and cheese.
Yes.
Yes.
God, yes.
It has to.
Bring it
does.
over.
It does.
Now I'm hungry. I would eat that.
Eggplant bolognese Big Mac. Ew.
No.
We got to break that shit down.
Eggplant bolognese.
That's 2 meals in itself. I would say no, but
Big Mac.
that's stupid. I'm going to say no.
Does not exist, but they say it does sound good. Take note, Ronald McDonald.
No, it does not.
I don't think it
But
does.
yes, definitely serve it at
fair.
McDonald's so I don't ever have to be subjected to it.
It sounds terrible.
Terrible.
That's it. That's the end.
Okay, so it's John 10, Melissa 8.
Wow. You got all 10 right?
No, there's more.
Oh, that was 10 out of 14.
Right, I got 10 out of 14.
I'm only 2 behind you. I don't feel like I got any of them right.
No, you had 8. You
All
had
right.
8 right.
Well, you're keeping score.
Yes.
Yes.
Keeping
Yes, he is.
keeping score with me never works in the other person's favor.
It's a game show. It's not like I'm keeping score in real life.
Oh my
Da,
God,
da,
I'm
da,
finally the host of my own game show. Oh my
Dun,
God, it's a
dun,
dream come true.
da, 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 da,
Hey, we
da,
should get a jingle.
da, 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 da.
You're right.
What's the matter? You don't like mine? Mine wasn't good enough.
I love yours.
I love yours.
I love yours.
I love yours.
This got very intimate quickly.
So my parents got new cell phones. They're up to date on the iPhone 7 Plus.
Yeah.
My family just got our X's in the mail when we came home. And my parents just updated to the 7 Plus. And Ethan downloads for my mother our podcast. And he tells me this as we're sitting in the back of the car on the way to Thanksgiving dinner. And all of a sudden I feel sick. And
I never said anything.
And not yet. And I said to him, you get your ass back in their house and you delete the shit out of that. And he said, she'll never find it on there. But yes, Mom, I will delete that for you. And he did. He went back in and deleted it.
I don't think you've said anything that would really be.
Yet.
No, but I did say
You'd rather go through your
Not
dead
a nice
child's
meeting.
clothing than have dinner, Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I heard what you said.
Who said that?
You.
I don't remember that.
We were discussing our plans for the week, and I said I'm going to.
Oh yeah, and it was whether you said I'm having dinner with your mother, and I said I'd rather go through Emily's stuff. That's right.
Yes, you did.
Ah, that was mean.
Look,
Oops.
everybody doesn't have to have a great relationship as long as you understand the relationship and you do not have. My brother taught me a very important lesson. I said, I know, have low expectations. And he said, no, dummy, have no expectations. And anything that comes is welcomed and a blessing, is positive. So have zero expectations.
Yes.
And anything, okay. So he taught me a very important lesson. Expect nothing.
Yeah.
And then you will always be pleasantly surprised.
Yep. Skadoodles.
Right? That's a good to live by, at least
Have
in.
no expectations. Speaking of fucked up family,
Do tell.
my grandmother Dana, before she visited me, she went and saw my grandmother.
Where?
At her house in Maryland, and I didn't go because I'm not in Maryland. But then the next day on Facebook, we went to see Coco, the movie, and then my sister posted a picture of us in the movie theater, and my grandmother posted on the picture, I should have known Jessica was in Frederick too. Thanks for the hurt, Jess. Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, no. You went when she came back to you, right?
Yes, I didn't go there.
Ouch.
But I don't speak to my grandmother for various reasons. Narcissism being one of them.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Guess here that's your mom's mother?
Yes, it is.
There you
Good
go.
guess. That entire side of the family I don't talk to for various reasons.
How old is your grandmother?
She's on Facebook and so active.
In the year 2005, she was 75. So now she is 85, 86, 87.
Wow.
and she is more active than my husband on Facebook.
No, she's pretty active. Yeah, yes, she is actually, but she's kind of a terrible person. She's just terrible. And she's like constantly making you feel guilty about
Well, that's kind of abusive. I should have known that you were here and didn't come see me. Thanks to her. That's kind of abusive.
It's just the tip of the iceberg as far as she's concerned. When I cut my hair short into a mohawk, she sent me a picture of my senior picture from high school and was like, you looked I just wanted to remind you of how pretty you looked when you were thin and had long hair.
Something my mom would have done. That's something my mom would have done. Yeah.
And I look at it and I'm like, so I'm 40 and she sends me a picture of myself at 17 and wants me to go back to that.
I want to go back to that too. Get in line, bitch.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for that
what's happening
too.
right now. Sorry, I'm 100 pounds heavier and 10 inches of hair shorter. I'm so sorry. Whatever.
My mother would have then, she's offered to pay me to cut my hair the way she wants it.
Oh my God.
I'll give you $50 if you cut bangs in your hair right now. $100.
What?
I'll give you $100 before
I don't
your
think
brother.
that would be a good look.
I'll give you $100 if
But
you
do
it.
have bangs, miss.
Sometimes. I mean, if I feel like straightening, I do. But if I don't, I don't. The curly hair gives you options. You don't have to.
I never even noticed. I mean, why does she have such a strong preference? I don't.
I think
you look the same either way.
The first time she offered it was for my brother's wedding, and she was going to have
I've always
pictures.
had some version of the same haircut since I've known you.
Yes.
It's never been longer than your shoulders. It's never been any other color. It's always the same.
Yeah.
I mean, with variations.
Pretty much the same. In shades of
Improvement,
blonde.
certainly. Yeah. The blonde is an improvement over what options we had when we were broke. Absolutely. And like the layers are very cute and the bangs are cute. Yeah, but I mean, it's always been the same.
Well, you don't really have tons of choices when you have curly hair. You don't. You can either straighten it or this is what it is.
Right.
So yes, I
or you
was
can
offered
be like
cash
me and get extensions 4 times.
because it keeps sliding out. I don't really know.
No, this time it hasn't. I have tape-in ones now. They're perfect.
Tape-in.
Yeah, they're taped in my hair now.
Just seems like so much maintenance.
It's not. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. These are the best ones. They're not sliding out.
Do you hear that?
And I'm a glamour puss.
Yeah, I've enjoyed your pictures.
Glammy. So yeah. I mean, I will probably get into the pain and suffering that is my mother's side of the family at some point on this podcast.
Did you answer that post?
No, I let my sister do it. No, I don't talk to her.
So what did Dana say?
No, I told you we were visiting her when I saw you yesterday. We're in Delaware. That's all.
And no response to that.
I don't think so, but it doesn't matter. As long as the general public knows that I'm not
a dick
snubbing my grandmother, which I am actually doing, then
as long as I look good, even though I'm a dick too, I'm fine.
I don't need people to think that I'm ignoring her. I wouldn't listen, if I was in Frederick and my sister went to visit her, I would probably go visit her. If I go to Frederick without Dana, I'm not visiting her. It's 40 minutes away and it's an afternoon of terror and chaos.
Yeah, it's the spotlight on you.
My sister had an afternoon of terror and chaos. I don't need to subject myself to that.
So why does she keep going?
I don't think she's going to go anymore. This last time, my grandmother was like, I have this money that I was going to leave to your mother and you and your sister are splitting it, but I'm not giving you a cent unless you promise to come to my funeral.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only thing she feels like she has control over right now, and she is exerting that control.
You have to come to my funeral. And I was like, what? For what? Half of $30,000? I'm all set. Thank you.
Where is she in an assisted living?
No, she lives with her husband in Silver Spring, Maryland.
Wow. Good for her. I mean,
he's older than her. He's like 95. But he drives her around. He takes care of her. I think she would have to go in assisted living if he wasn't around because she's got diverticulitis and oxygen tubes and all kinds of shit.
She's Miss Daisy.
The other part is like when you call her, she tells you how much she's dying, but she's been saying it for 5 years.
Put up or shut up, Grandma.
No, I just mean, people are, she's very obsessed with it. And then like this last time Dana had to go through like she made a scrapbook of her life and all the important moments in her life. And like,
so it wasn't about the kids when Dana visited. It wasn't about,
no, in fact, when they touched something, she yelled at them and my sister got pissed.
Yeah, we're done there.
Like, don't yell at my kids. They're children.
About the inheritance, like, don't warn me. It's like that Bart and Bella thing. It's, here's your rape whistle. Only blow it if it's really happening.
That's right.
Don't talk about it unless you're actually dying. I'm not.
My aunt stopped by, but she said she wasn't allowed to stay for long because she because Granny Mae said if she stays too long, she'll steal her joy.
Oh, my God.
Don't stay too long. I don't want you stealing my joy, she said. Like, no one can come over and hog the person visiting.
Is she
There has to be all
originally
attention
from
on
the
her.
South? Where is
No, from here, Washington.
It's really weird.
I know.
She's got a lot of weird things going
She's
on.
probably borderline. I mean, a mental illness is not one-sided familial thing, you know?
I definitely would
She's
love
probably
to study
borderline
that
personality.
crackhead. That would be something I'd love to.
I know. She's so crazy. Oh, anyway. And then constant guilt, like, you never come to our Thanksgiving. You don't
Make
come
me
to
want to
Passover
come back
anymore.
all the time with your charming personality. I
Well-
can't imagine why nobody ever visits you twice.
My mom's second brother sued us for some of my mom's inheritance.
What?
And they didn't do anything to stop it. Like, my grandmother was just like, oh, I'm not getting involved. I don't want to get involved. And I was like, well, I'm not coming to any holiday that he's going to be sitting at.
Why would a sibling think they're entitled to?
Okay, because we calculated how much it would be to get my stepfather out of the house so that we could sell it. He was preventing me from being able to sell the house. We calculated it to be $50,000. He let us borrow $50,000 in exchange for a portion of the proceeds
Right,
of the
minus
house when we sold it.
Right, your part will be minus the $50,000 that he or.
So we paid him back for the $50,000, and then my sister and I split it, and he was mad because he wanted to be like an additional recipient of the money
Because he sold it? Because he
helped me with the 50 grand to get my stepfather out. And my father got mad and was like, I know you promised him a percentage of it, but he's not entitled to it. It's not your mother. This is all she had to leave you. Don't give him the money. And I was like,
Right,
I know
it's from your mother. It's not from his mother.
right.
It's
But
your
he wanted
mother
a percentage of it.
Well, that's kind of douchey as well. What is going on over there? Family
So
and money.
my father said not to give it to him, and he sued us for $100,000.
So you had to pay a lawyer?
I had to pay a lawyer.
Good Lord. Did he have to pay your legal fees?
No.
God damn
He'd
it.
have to pay his own. His own was much more expensive than
God
mine.
damn it.
And in the end, he was awarded like an additional 29 grand or something, which I happily gave him. And then, we never talked to him again. I've not talked to him since that court date.
I sure hope he thinks that your family and connection and everything that family gives besides guilt and horror was worth $29,000. I hope that was worth it to him.
Too.
That's disgusting.
It's disgusting. So that's the other reason why I don't talk to that side of the family, because in addition to my uncles suing me, she has a brother and a sister and a mother that just sat by and allowed it to happen.
Yeah, that's douche-tastic. And to be honest,
Fuck
Jessica,
that.
I will have the same thing in a hot second. When my parents die, there are 3 of us. And
But you're all
2 of us,
entitled, right?
yes, but one of us is I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if my parents said, here, Melissa, you, or more likely Stuart, you're in charge of this third for your brother, who is a total fucktard.
That's different. That's a completely different thing. If your parents, see, Scott's in that position.
Yeah.
His father passed away, and his father was very specific about how to deal with the money. That's different. That's beyond your control. You have to carry it
Follow
out.
the
But your
wishes.
parents dictated that. My mother didn't dictate this. My family was together until she passed.
Thank God, right?
And then
That she
everything
didn't
fell
see
to
that
shit.
shit that happened
Yeah.
after she.
That's right. And then everything fell to shit, which was beyond her control and comp. I mean, it would have been different if she'd have been like, make Cliff give you this, and then then I would be carrying out her wishes. That's different.
Right.
I mean, it may be a shitstorm of a different variety, but your parents caused that, not you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he caused this.
Mom, if you do listen,
Don't do that.
Just give Craig his third so I never have to speak to him again.
Yeah.
Please, I
I
beg
didn't
of
even know
you.
you had another brother.
Yeah, well, that's on purpose.
Part of the fun.
Yeah, that's on purpose. Right. That's no
Part of the
accident.
fun.
Yeah.
Family fun time.
Without the fun. Yes, that's what it is.
Fun.
Exactly. And this has been Family Fun Time Without the Fun by Jess
Should we
and
make
Melissa.
this a regular segment? Let's bitch about all our horrifying relatives. Oh my God.
The ones that are left, I mean, I only, it's tapering, as will
Listen
yours.
to this. Which is worse? Your uncle suing you for $100,000 or your mother-in-law asking for a little bit of leftovers when she didn't eat at your house for Thanksgiving, and you allow her to go into your leftovers and she scoops out all the stuffing that was in the bird and packs just that.
Who?
And
Me?
leaves you with the dry shit. Who? Me?
Who? Me?
That's what happened. My mother-in-law, and then my husband and my sister-in-law were both like, well, this is your fault. You shouldn't have let her touch the food. You always dish out the food. Don't ever let my mother dish out her
Oh, that's
own
interesting. Yeah, but the whole thing about Thanksgiving
It's
is
my fault because I should have known that she was going to pull one over.
no. The thing about Thanksgiving is like you cook and there's a build up, but once you serve the food, aren't you supposed to just relax and sit back and not be type A and control everything afterwards? Maybe slip a hand in your pants. Or
She didn't eat there though. She just came for dessert, but then asked me for some of my leftovers.
does she live alone?
No,
No.
It's a little nervy. I gotta be honest with you. It's a little
pretty
nervy.
Well, and I didn't realize that that's the only part of the stuffing she took. Well, and this is what pissed me off is that, like, after she did that, she stood there picking at the bird
From the carcass.
from the carcass.
Yeah, that's what old Jews
But
do,
she
by the way.
didn't eat there, though. You don't walk in for dessert and pick at the bird on the counter.
Where did she
Who
eat?
does that? She ate at the assisted living place where her mother lives. Stonegate is what it's called.
You had like 5 separate Thanksgiving
So-
dinners in your family. Like you had, they were all over the
There
place.
were a lot. Yeah, so I was like, what? What? Why are you picking at my bird? She's like, because we didn't get to do that. I'm like, that's your choice. I invited you for Thanksgiving. You don't want to come here. You don't get to pick at my bird and just skin. Bug off.
Not just the skin, all the good stuffing.
It is. It's like a
You
bird.
took
You're
the
like,
best.
"Ah!"
Fuck off, fuck off,
Yeah.
fuck off,
Anyway, it is nervy.
fuck off.
Anyway, I might be more mad about that than I was about her accusing me of missing her. I was so annoyed. I was like, who takes just the stuffed stuffing? It's
Yeah,
way-
the
it's
good
way
wet
soft-
stuff. The good wet stuff, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
It's pre-gravied. It's natural gravy
That's right.
with the natural juices.
That is some ballsy shit happening right there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So where does she get that big pear? Because you all let her do it. You let her get away with it, I guess.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Scott told her she couldn't have any leftovers. Then she came in the kitchen and said, Scott said I could have some.
Who? Me?
That's right.
Wow,
That's crazy.
that's unbelievable.
I'm really hungry now.
But didn't you hear the story about how she tried to get Laura to go to the place with her?
To the assisted living with her?
Yeah.
No.
She came over to our house for dinner a couple nights before, or like a week before Thanksgiving, and said, Laura's coming with us because you're going to be busy with your sister and you're not going to want extra company. I'm like,
Laura
who
does not
told
want
you
to go
that?
with you. I mean, okay.
I was like, what? Laura told you she's going with you? She's not going to eat here? Well, I mean, you're going to be busy with your sister. You're not going to. And I'm like, you guys always have Thanksgiving here. I don't know what you're talking about. You've eaten here every year for 5 years. No matter what crazy stragglers I bring in here, you guys always eat here. I assumed you were eating here. Well, Mama wants to take us to this and she was looking forward to it. So I'm going to go with Elliot and Laura and Izzy. And I was like, fine, great. Then I call Laura and I'm like, what happened? I thought you were eating at my house. She goes, well, Mom told me you didn't want us
No.
because you have too many people with your sister.
No, you did not. That is
Yes, she
the
did.
opposite of what I said. I said,
didn't- no, she concocted it before she even came over. She told Laura this first. Then she told me, Laura doesn't want to come because you're too busy.
and what did
But
you
first
tell
she
Laura?
told Laura, we can't go.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
woman, I never said that. I said, you and I just talked about desserts 2 days ago.
That's maniacal.
It is. She is. She's a maniac. You're right.
That's maniacal.
It is. Diabolical.
That's diabolical.
Now, I feel like we're starting a musical. It's maniacal.
It's diabolical.
Yeah.
Yada da 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 da.
Yeah. I mean, is that nuts?
That's
Hey, man.
so, I mean,
Nightcrawlers are a piece of work.
all right. So these are things that okay, let's just take the
Same thing with the stuffing. So, right, she did it. So she pulled it twice.
How do you?
Thanksgiving.
So my question is, how do you still have a decent relationship?
You have to because it's
their mother.
Scott's mother and father, or mother.
Mother, yeah.
Yeah, then you're definitely a better person than I am. I mean, I can't. Like, I can't make eye contact with. I get that. You can have a relationship.
Very limited relationship, and also, it's so far it's been relatively harmless.
Jessica, she stole your bones.
She did.
This woman
she stole
your
my Rosh
bones.
Hashanah bones.
Yeah,
I know.
Is it just holidays that you see her that you have to brace yourself to be pillaged?
It's certainly when I see her the most. Yes. But like she also was trying to do this whole like I got a free turkey. I thought maybe you'd want to cook it up for Christmas, and I was like, this Christmas? You mean the 1 year anniversary of my daughter dying Christmas? No, I'm not carving up a turkey for this Christmas. Nope. Well, I mean, it's just going to take up so much room in my freezer, and I was like, that's really not my problem.
You shouldn't have bought it.
It was free.
Oh, that she got with her groceries.
Yeah. But she doesn't have room for it.
Well,
so she wants to have Christmas
You better
dinner with
eat
me.
shit
And I
that's
was
in
like,
your freezer.
You're going to be very disappointed because I'm trying to skip town for Christmas. I don't want to be here. And if I am here, I don't want to see you. I don't want anything to do with that.
You should stay at my house and watch my dogs. Or
Where are you going to be?
Or you should pack it up and come to Massachusetts and Maine with us. Tom's band has a gig for New Year's Eve, so we're gonna leave the day after Christmas. We're gonna go to Boston, and we're gonna go to how many universities do you think are there? We're gonna try to hit
Boston. Oh my god, like 20.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to hit like 5 or 6 of them. Let the kids see. I would love for my kids to go to Brandeis. I just can't afford
My
it.
little shmoo is too young for that. I can't do that with you guys. I would love to, but I can't.
I would love to.
I might go see his. I might go see his cousins in Richmond or something. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be having a whole
sounds
badoo.
delightful.
Whatever I'm doing, it's not that.
Yeah, and don't you know that Jews don't make turkey for Christmas? We eat Chinese food, and it's takeout. Ding dong, dinner.
That's right.
What are you having? Ding dong dinner. That's how it works
Ding
in our
dong
house.
dinner.
Ding dong dinner. Full circle, girl. Full circle.
I know. I love when that happens. You're like Larry David.
Yes, I do my best. Love Larry David.
That was perfect. Well, we should probably end on that note.
Ding dong
Brilliant.
dinner. So cute too.
I know. Anyway.
Little boy.
So yes, good times, holidays. Please let us know the reservations you have about your family. Reservationspodcast@gmail.com. You can also go to our website, reservationspodcast.com, or you can find us at twitter.com/reservationspod, facebook.com reservationspodcast, or instagram.com reservationspod. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you, Melissa and John.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.